Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. I have two new skincare products that I recently incorporated into my routine, and I want to share my thoughts with you guys today. If you are new to my channel, or if this is the first video that you're ever seeing, maybe you're just randomly looking for reviews on either of these two skincare products, I do want to let you guys know a little bit about my skin type as well as how I handle reviews here on my channel, because I feel like that might be important for you to know prior to seeing what my thoughts are on either of these two products. If you have been a member of my channel for a long time, I will put a timestamp in the description box down below. So check that out, and that way you can just kind of fast forward to where the reviews start. But if you're new, hi, I'm Melanie. Let me tell you a little bit about my skin. I do think that's really important when someone is reviewing a product, so that you can kind of compare, maybe like, oh, do I have a similar skin type to this person? If you are similar to me, hopefully the idea would be that maybe these products work for you as well. That may not always be the case, but you know, it could be. So anyway, I have oily skin. I am in my mid-40s. I'm actually exactly 45. I still have oily skin. That is just something that is genetic from both sides of my family. So I started getting oily skin in my teen years. I did not know how to deal with it, and so I was just constantly trying to dry that oil up. And it was not until I got to my mid-30s and I really started a solid skincare routine, and then started realizing that I was doing more damage to my skin trying to dry that oil up. I basically just changed a lot of the things that I was doing and started actually hydrating my oily skin, and guess what? Lo and behold, the oil production slowed down. So I say this because I do still think there are a lot of people out there who are very similar to the way that I was, and thinking that the thing that you want to do with oily skin is to just dry up all the oil. That is quite possibly the worst thing that you can do. Your oil glands have a natural inclination for lubricating the surface of your skin, and if you are constantly, you know, trying to get rid of all of that oil with aggressive ingredients that dry the skin out even more, your oil glands are going to think, uh-oh, there's a problem up on the surface, things are dry, so send up more oil to overcompensate. And if you continue to do that over time, it is a vicious cycle, and it just results in oilier skin over time. So for me personally, that oil production has leveled out quite a bit since really focusing on hydrating my skin. And it's always something that I like to mention, because I do think, especially if you were around in the 80s and 90s, the name of the game, if you were a teenager around that time, was to just dry it all up. You know, use the sea breeze, use all the sea breeze to just, you know, utilize that alcohol to dry the skin up. Well, turns out that that wasn't the best idea. Anyway, so along with that oily skin of mine is enlarged pores. I have dealt with enlarged pores for most of my life, so I try to always find products to help to keep my pores looking their cleanest and their smallest. And then also because I'm in my mid-40s, and you know, it is kind of hard to see yourself aging very quickly, especially after you hit 40, things just start going a lot faster. I utilize skincare very heavily. I have a very extensive skincare routine that I've seen some great results from. I also will utilize some skincare devices. I am huge on red light therapy. I also utilize microcurrent on a pretty regular basis. There's a couple of other devices that I use on and off here and there. But for the most part, I rely the most on my skincare to keep my skin looking and feeling its best. So that's a little bit about my skin. The way that I approach skincare reviews here on my channel is when I incorporate something new, typically I will look through my products. If there's something that is similar, I will take out the old product that is similar, and then I will just kind of plop this new product in its place. The initial reviews typically, which is what you're seeing today for these two products, happen about 4 weeks after I've been using these products. Both of these products were sent by the respective companies as PR, and they were sent in advance of the release to the public. So I've been able to use these a little bit longer than maybe some people who just bought them after they were initially released. I share skincare updates in my weekly beauty chit chat that goes up every Friday here on my channel. So if you're looking for ongoing updates, make sure that you're subscribed. And then ultimately you will see the finished reviews when I share my monthly empties videos, maybe 5-6 months down the road, whenever I have a chance to finish both of these. And yeah, I love me a good empties video. They are still my favorite video to watch here on YouTube, because I don't think that there is a better review of a product than a finished review of a product. But I do think the initial introductions are important as well, just to kind of run you through the formulations and help you decide maybe if this is something that you want to incorporate into your routine. There will never be any pressure on my part to tell you that you have to go, buy any of these things. Listen, skincare is kind of a fun, frivolous, extra thing in life. It is not a necessity. I utilize skincare pretty heavily because it's a part of my personal self-care routine, and I use a lot, but I do not think everybody has to have the routine that I do. You may get by with a great cleanser that is suited to your skin type, maybe an essence or a targeted treatment for an issue that you're dealing with. You need maybe an evening moisturizer, and then you need an SPF. SPF is really the biggest thing. If you are going to do anything for your skin, I would say start with SPF before anything else. So without further ado, let's start talking about both of these products. I have the Farmacy Honey Milk Hydrating Essence, as well as the Concentrated Youth Serum. I will have both products linked down below. I do have discount codes available for both. Those are affiliate discount codes, so don't use them if you're not comfortable with those. I do believe that the Farmacy, which is what we're going to start with, this Honey Milk Hydrating Essence, should be available at Sephora as well, so I will link it at Sephora. We do have a Sephora sale starting tomorrow, their spring savings event. If you have Rouge status, you can save 20% at Sephora. If you don't have Rouge status, but you still want to try this, you can use my 20% discount code at the Farmacy website. All right, you guys, we're going to start reading through some of these claims. I'm going to tell you what my experience has been after the initial 4 weeks. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of move on and wrap it up. Okay, so this is a hydrating, soothing, and calming redness essence. They say that this is your skin's new drink of choice. This nourishing, milky essence instantly drenches skin in hydration as it comforts and calms visible signs of redness. Hawaiian white honey and chamomile soothe, while ceramides strengthen the skin's moisture barrier. There we go. I promise I can read. So this is a 4-ounce size. It retails for $34. So this is supposed to deliver all-day hydration, a fresh new way to hydrate. This creamy, lightweight, honey-infused essence nourishes and strengthens the skin moisture barrier with ceramides for long-lasting hydration. It calms redness with the use of honey milk, which hydrates dry, irritated skin, and soothes visible signs of redness with chamomile and Hawaiian white honey. This particular white honey is sourced from a forest on the main Hawaiian island that has been worked for over 100 years by local beekeepers. This is also excellent for prepping the skin for makeup, they say. Use honey milk hydrating essence as a prep for the rest of your skincare routine, or layer it underneath makeup for a glowy dewy base. There we go. So some of the key ingredients, obviously we've already talked about the Hawaiian white honey. Also in here is aloe. There is Saccharomyces ferment filtrate. There is glycerin, honey extract, ceramides. There's squalane. There's arginine in here. There is just a whole host of some really great, nourishing, hydrating ingredients. Be sure to check out the full ingredient deck. Again, it's linked down below, so if you are interested in picking this up, you can review that for yourself. Let me tell you about my experience so far. First of all, I did not have anything quite like this in my routine, so I didn't feel like I had to replace anything. So I've been using this in addition to some of the other things that I'm using. I have used it both morning and night. Now, I always bring all of my skincare from, you know, my forehead down to my like chest area over here. So I've been taking a few drops of this. Let me show you guys the texture of the product. It comes out like a slightly thicker than water consistency. You can see there it does run, but you know, it's not super, super watery. And I take a few drops of that in the palm of my hand. I distribute between my two hands and then I press it in, you know, all over the place. This is so soothing and calming. I mean, I really can't think of better words than soothing and calming. It just immediately, you feel like there is this surge of hydration to the skin. My favorite thing to do with this is immediately after getting out of the shower, I don't dry my face. I just go straight over to my bathroom sink and I apply my skincare over top of my damp skin to lock in the moisture from the shower and prevent any water loss. And this is usually the first thing that I've been starting with. It soaks in instantly. It doesn't leave my skin feeling tacky or sticky at all. There's no scent. I can't smell anything in here. This has no fragrance to it whatsoever. It has been fabulous for my neck. Here's the thing, my neck is actually really sensitive, whereas my face is like rhino hide. Like it's so thick, so tough, but the skin on my neck, it's not. I don't know what happened. I wish it was as tough as the skin on my face because I could use a lot more on my neck. But this particular product really does soothe my neck. Several weeks ago, I had a little issue where I had a new crop of eczema that popped up on the sides of my neck here. I've actually been using this product over that area just to, you know, hydrate and soothe it a little bit more. And you can see there's actually no signs of eczema flaring up right now at all. So this has been fantastic for that. I just find this to be really soothing and hydrating. It's a great kind of first step in my skincare routine, and everything else has layered beautifully over top. I have it on my skin right now. My skin does not look excessively oily, despite the fact that I am drenching it in hydration, if you will. So yeah, listen, if you're an oily skin girl and you're looking to add some light layers of hydration, this would be a really good place to start. I don't think this is going to exacerbate your oiliness at all. In fact, I think it's probably going to help it. Something worth considering if you haven't considered that in the past. And I know it's a hard like mental block to like break through, that you really should be nourishing your oily skin, but I'm telling you, man, it made such a difference for me. All right, now let's talk about this bad boy here. I really hope that you guys saw my community tab post from this past weekend where I shared that this was part of an amazing sale that they had over the weekend. This was actually available for $35 during the sale, so hopefully you picked it up then. The regular retail price of the concentrated youth serum is $90. This is spendy, you guys. I do just have my regular 15% discount code with City Beauty. Now, there are some sales coming up. I will let you guys know about those sales in the very near future, so stay tuned. But let's read a little bit about this product. I did actually have to take a couple of things out of my routine, including another City Beauty product that I've been using for quite some time to make way for this. And I'm specifically using this on my neck because I am trying to lessen the look of some of the lines on my neck. I ignored my neck for a lot of years when I got started with my, you know, skincare journey. I don't know why I thought I don't need to do anything here, but you do. You should bring everything down. So this area here still could use a little bit more help, if you will. So I've been specifically focusing on some of these lines that I have from just, you know, looking at my phone the way most of us do at this point. So anyway, let's go ahead and read up a little bit more about this. and I'll tell you about my initial experience so far. So the concentrated youth serum works day and night to reduce the look of wrinkles and enhance the look of skin's firmness. This dynamic treatment is equipped with advanced enzyme technology designated to help reap the benefits of beauty sleep and combat environmental stressors to diminish the look of thin, wrinkled skin for dramatically smoother, firmer, a younger looking appearance. So if you are not aware, as we age, your skin thins out. I'm sure, you know, if you have a grandma, you probably have noticed if you look at the skin of someone who is in their 80s or 90s and beyond, and notice that you can see, you know, a lot of the veins. The skin just looks very crepey, very thin. It's just a natural thing that the skin does as we age. So anything that you can do to kind of build up the thickness of your skin, I think is a good thing to do. So this is something that this particular product is trying to address. So the idea here is that this is the solution for fine lines and wrinkles, loss of firmness, and thin skin. This particular formula is formulated without parabens, mineral oil, phthalates, or sulfates. If that is something that is important to you, please know that none of these ingredients are incorporated. Let's talk about some of these in-depth ingredients here. Now these are like registered trademark type things. So I have not heard of these anywhere else. Algative Genofix Day. So this particular light activated enzyme shields skin from wrinkle accelerating environmental stressors, promoting the look of smoother, firmer skin. There is also Algative Geno Night, which these are the beauty sleep enzymes that support a youthful appearance while you rest, helping the skin look firmer, smoother, and more radiant for, you know, when you wake up with just a glowing face and neck in my case. There's also coconut fruit extract in here, which is supposed to help the skin look younger by combating environmental stressors and firming the look of thin skin so it appears thicker, firmer, and plumper. Other ingredients in here include glycerin. Okay, so sorry about that little interruption there. There was a phone call that I had to take. But let's take a little bit of a closer look at the full ingredient list. So in this formulation, you are also going to find glycerin, niacinamide. There is a botanical barrier blend. There's apple fruit extract in here. There is spirulina, chlorella, there's aloe leaf juice, linoleic acid. Again, check out the full ingredient deck in the link in the description box down below. So let me tell you how it's been going with this bad boy. First of all, I have been using it on my face as well as my neck. This is not one that I have brought down onto my chest. Usually a pump and a half has been enough to cover this entire area here. This has a very nice, lightweight, almost gel-like texture to it. You can see it there. It absorbs very quickly into the skin, and I will say that a little bit does kind of spread a long way. It does not feel greasy or heavy on the skin at all. It is something that tends to absorb very quickly. I have actually been putting this on and pretty quickly after going in over top with the concentrated youth serum. So I feel like I'm not only getting that really great hydration from the honey milk, but then I'm getting the really great ingredients from the concentrated youth serum from City Beauty. Now and by the way, I don't feel like this has like clogged my pores or anything like that. It's just been great in terms of how it feels on my skin. It does not interfere with my makeup. I'm using it both morning and night. But I've been specifically focusing on especially this line that goes across my neck here. And I do think just after the initial 4 weeks that I'm starting to see a little bit of a lessening of this line here. I will say I do think that the skin on my neck is definitely, at least already at this point, a little bit thinner than the skin on my face. So I try to be really careful with my neck. And I do think that there is a slight reduction. Is it dramatic? No, but it really kind of helps to plump that line up a little bit more, making it look like it did maybe a couple of years ago versus how it was looking a few weeks ago before starting this particular product. So I'm excited to keep using it and really focusing on this area right here to see if I can get some added benefit. I'm very curious to see what the results are going to be by the time that I finish this bottle. This is quite pricey, and I do think that it is probably worth waiting for a sale to pick this up. I always let you guys know when the City Beauty sales happen. Hopefully, like I said, you caught it for $35 this past weekend, but if you didn't, there will be more sales coming up. So at any rate, so far so good with both of these products. I'm really enjoying them. I definitely see myself keeping this as a regular part of my routine for sure. With this one, I really kind of want to see what the results are longer term before making a commitment to it, because it is a little bit more of a pricey investment. But that being said, so far so good with both. No adverse reactions for me, and there's no pore clogging that's happening. I don't feel like either of these have made me break out, and they've been working well with my oily skin. So anyway, there's some initial thoughts for you guys. Again, stay tuned for my weekly beauty chit chats. I'll be continuing to update you there, and then we'll see these guys in the empties in a few months. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you being here. Again, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.